Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So today I created this look right here, which is what I decided to do as my first video with an official backdrop. As you guys can see, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I didn't used to have it backdrop and now I do. So I thought, what is a cool makeup video that I can do now that I have a backdrop? And if you guys don't know this trend, it's kind of like these girls, these gorgeous girls just look amazing in their ID photos and their passport photos, and they would like share them on Instagram. And it was kind of, I think it started happening like in 2017, where like people were just like looking like super cute, and like their, even like their high school photos, like they'll be like just like, how do you look that good? Like this is how I look. This is the ID that I show people. The lady did not tell me that my hair was like this. Like, I don't even know how did that even happen? But doing your makeup and looking good will really prevent that from happening. You know, I think it'll give you a new confidence to go up in the DMV and be like, I'm ready for my close-up, you know? This is kind of just like still a more natural looking makeup, but very much so making you look, because you obviously still want to look yourself in your ID photos so that no one like is like, this is not you. But if you want to see how I achieve this, then please keep watching. So I did a little bit of research on kind of like rules for taking the passport photo. So they suggest that you do not wear any crazy makeup, anything too intense, no bright colors or anything like that. And also to just kind of, I would suggest look yourself. The goal ultimately is to look like you, even when you're going through the line, you know, getting on the plane, super comfy, no makeup, going on a vacation. You know, at least me, I always look super bad walking through the airport. So, you know, they want to be able to recognize you from that. But also, on a girls' night or a date night or something, going out to the club, going to the bar, you know, you give your ID and they'll still be like, oh, okay, it's her. So that's kind of my goal today. So we're going to start with the skin and then move on from there. So the first thing that I'm gonna take is my e.l.f. Camo Concealer in the shade Medium Beige, and I'm gonna go ahead and just add it along my face, anywhere that I feel needs some coverage. And then I'm gonna go ahead and blend that out. So the good thing about this makeup is you can go as heavy as you want, because in photos it's kind of hard to tell whether you're cakey or not. So if you want to be like a whole new like whatever, you know, you want to do that contour and highlight and everything like that, this is the time to do it. So normally I'm not a concealer person, but in this case I would suggest wearing concealer just so you look good, so your passport photo or ID photo is Instagrammable. Okay, so that is on well enough. Again, it's just concealer. We're gonna go in with foundation now. I'm gonna go ahead and put chapstick because my lips are dying at the moment. So now I'm gonna go ahead and go with foundation. I suggest using a foundation that's more matte, and definitely on this day, if you're taking a photo like at the DMV or something, do not wear SPF under your skin. Normally I'm like, wear SPF every single day because we don't want premature aging, but it will cause flashbacks, so just beware. So I'm using the Fenty Beauty foundation in the shade 250, and I'm just applying that on my face. And we're gonna use bronzer and everything to kind of just like make me look more normal again, you know? Because I actually don't think I have a foundation dark enough for my skin right now. So I definitely need to put on bronzer just today. And I also need to go buy some new foundations. Which, not gonna lie, in the camera, I'm looking a lot more pale than I actually am. Like, this shade actually is pretty warm, but the camera's picking up very, like, pale. So, promise you it's not as bad as it looks, but we are going to fix it. And I'm just gonna kind of put that on my eyelids as well, just to prime for the eyeshadow. And then I'm gonna go ahead and get that forehead, because my forehead is like 20 different shades. Because I was wearing a hat when I went to the beach last time, so it's like confused. So now, after you look like you have perfect skin, go ahead and go in with your translucent powder. Again, look for one that doesn't have any flashback. The Laura Mercier has a little bit of flashback, but not as much as some other ones. Just kind of, I need to do my own research. I would give you like a suggestion right now, but I haven't bought enough and tested out enough to give you guys like a good answer. I will say probably the Laura Mercier is like, it has a little bit but not too much flashback to the point that it'll be crazy if you just use enough. So I'm just putting it where I need. So like under here and under my eyes. And then we'll kind of like blend it out. And I'm putting like, we're doing a super light bake, if that makes any sense. So we're not doing a full-on like heavy bake, we're doing a light bake. I'm gonna put it along the nose and up into the forehead. And then I'm gonna put it down the bridge of my nose just a little bit. So that's kind of all we're doing. Just packing it on, and we're gonna brush off because it definitely is very powdery right now. We're gonna brush some of that off. But now I'm just gonna go ahead and do my brows like I normally do. Nothing crazy. I think a lot of this look is about the skin and then the eyes and the lips. So I'm just gonna do my brows very basic. Okay, so my brows are now done. I'm just gonna go ahead and go in with my Milk Clear Eyebrow Gel, and I'm just gonna brush these bad boys up. And now we're gonna move on to eyeshadow, which is gonna be super simple. Again, you can't really wear like crazy shades of eyeshadow on your skin because then people are gonna be like, what are you doing? So I'm gonna take the Good as Gold palette by ColourPop, and I'm gonna go ahead and go in with that shade State of Mind, which is right here. And I'm just gonna kind of put that into my crease. Okay, so now I'm gonna take the shade Bold Rush, which is this brown right here, and I'm just gonna kind of create like a little winged out look and connect it to the crease. You guys will see now. I'm just kind of packing it on and then dragging it out and bringing it into the crease. So just like that. Then I'm gonna blend that into my brow bone. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other eye. Okay, and then anything that's left over on my brush, I'm just gonna drag along my lower lash line. We're gonna do stuff there later. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and take, actually I'm gonna go ahead and curl my lashes now. So I'm just gonna finish with the skin real quick because I think, sorry my dogs are barking, I think that the powder's been there on long enough, so I'm just gonna kind of go with a brush and try to like buff in that powder real quick. And now I'm gonna take this NARS Laguna bronzer, and I'm gonna take that and pat it on them cheeks. And this is where contour can come in. Because the photo's straight on, sometimes your face can look very flat. So if you really want to like accentuate your features and stuff, go ahead and contour. I'm gonna do my double chin. Gotta get rid of that. You can bring it up in the temples like this to make my face look slimmer. I'm gonna do forehead for sure because this is like needs it. Then I'm just gonna kind of like blend it all over, just because I am a lot darker. Now, I never do nose contour, but for straight on photos, I think sometimes nose contour, you know, it helps. So I'm just gonna take this super small little brush and I'm gonna go ahead and create a little bit of a line going down that nose. I know that looks crazy right now. And then I'm gonna pinch the brush, a bigger, fluffier brush, and I'm just gonna kind of go over that. And then I'm gonna go with my beauty blender that we use to apply the powder and the foundation. And I'm just gonna dab over all of that. So now it looks like I can't breathe because my nose is so... Okay, and now I'm gonna go in with blush just so that bronzer doesn't look too crazy. I'm gonna go in with this Wet n Wild Color Icon blush in the shade Mellow Wine. And now I'm just going to apply the blush. And then I'm going to dab everything over with that same beauty blender. Okay, so I think skin is good and done. Now we're gonna continue with the eyes. So now I'm gonna apply some mascara. I'm gonna use the Maybelline Total Temptation Mascara. And I'm just gonna apply 2 coats of this. Alrighty, so my 2 coats are on. Looking super fresh, super fly. So now I'm gonna take that same bronzer that we were using and just apply it on my lower lash line because I personally like, you know, some definition down there. And I'm gonna attach it to that outer corner, just like that. And now before you put on falsies, I'm gonna go ahead and take a little liner brush, a little small little brush. Probably just use the same one I used for that nose contour. And I'm gonna take the shade Big Brooch, which is this shade. It has shimmer in it, but it's like a matte brown with like glitter. I don't know, I just like how it looks. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that shade and create a little, just like that. I don't know if you guys can see. Okay, there we go. You see that? Just like that, just to give your eye a little lift, you know? Go ahead and do that same thing on this eye. I'm sorry, my nephew, when he plays with like my dad or something, he starts like yelling and it sounds like he's being hurt, but, or like getting hurt, but he's just playing. So that is the eyeshadow done, the skin done. Now it's lashes. So I have like my little box of lashes. I think I'm just gonna use like an outer corner of one of these, just kind of cut it and just get a little outer corner because I like the way that that looks, especially for a photo where you still kind of want to look yourself. I think that that's a good idea. So I just cut these little pieces right here, super tiny. I'm gonna take off all the glue that's like built up on this lash because it's embarrassing. Okay, so the lashes are on this one. I have to fix it a little bit because my natural lashes kind of got caught under. I think now that that's on, I want to darken up the eyeshadow a bit. Just gonna take that bold brush, this brown right here, and just kind of just darken up the eye just a little bit. So the eyes are done. We're looking snatched. And now I'm gonna apply lower lash line mascara, and then we're gonna move on to lips, and then we're all done. I like the look of, like, especially for straight on photos, the look of lower lashes. So, and now I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my MAC lip liner and strip down. And you wanna make sure that you're using a nude lip color because you want to still look yourself. And then I'm just gonna outline these lips just like that. I'm gonna go ahead and dab on just a little bit this MAC lip liner in taupe. I'm just gonna dab it on, and then I'm gonna take a lighter colored lip liner and just kind of do the center of my lips. Yes, this is the look. I honestly love this type of look. It's like the perfect cross between Instagram baddie and no makeup makeup. I think it's still like a lot more natural than a full-on Instagram baddie, but it's still poppin'. So if you guys enjoyed this video, then please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys on Sunday.